Guest, do you know why the Grand Master is so interested in Captain?
That's all right. Why don't you hang out and talk to me after this is over, okay? Thank you. Look. Thank you.
Well, sir, he's very intelligent and ambitious. His knowledge of seamanship is second to none. And if I trust my favorite barmaid in Halifax, he also just became captain of his own man of war. He's also an expert at deciphering secret codes. A man with such a skill is certainly an asset to our cause.
The kind of fellow we should welcome in the Order.
Well, he's a friend of mine, but the man has an annoying habit of strict honesty and a total lack of anything resembling guile. Makes it a... And he keeps secret business secret, especially when his mathematical brain is clever at cracking codes.
Alas, the harpoons!
And we were fishing off Haysbro line. When the wind blows, we'll all pull together.
Ready, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, Keza, this is what comes about getting a Nintendo, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I feel like I've defended Nintendo. I've also, like, I've also yanked on their nuts this month so far. Ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass is one of those things where I laughed at about Nintendo is out of their mind.
There!
Because frankly, paying about $50 a year to emulate some old-ass ROMs,
No!
And in fact, around that time, I released a big emulation video where I showcased the beauty of emulation. I think they achieve basically the same results that Nintendo or many companies would want you to pay $50 a year for in some cases, all basically at your own comfort and leisure, and with even better results. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, I know it's going to be this is the
hang on! We're off!
And to be honest, you're not wrong in that regard whatsoever. Now, when I initially criticized Nintendo, I said, listen, boys and girls and everyone in between, they have the option to pick
Brace, everyone!
and even the free is. You know what? For everything I would ever say, they were pretty good options. You pay a couple bucks and you own a game.
He's turned into Sea-Ray!
There. This is how I
He's turned into Sea-Ray!
Watch
out! Ice!
I played on the
island, one more time!
And as far as my people who've finally been able to use the service day one, and boy oh boy, is it kind of a shit show. Now, I want to miss off some misinformation real quick. I want to just write that. I want to nip it in the butthole. I want to get the misinformation out of there. One of the videos I saw floating around was LMFAO. Even N64 games got the Nintendo Online sound point we bring. Go.
Two spaces!
In fact, if you watch this video over here, which has about 250,000 views, you can see that it lags like a bitch. Now, something cool that I like about Nintendo Switch Online Expansion Pass is these N64 ROMs appear to be playable online with your friends. So congratulations, we've got NetPlay, alright, get excited. But the reason it's lagging, and what people won't really tell you in this situation, and just because there's genuinely a group of people that likes to hate for no reason, and take out context, is this guy is running at 0 bars. Okay, this is like...
Fire!
Ready to fire, Captain! Have you played Modern Warfare?
Cannon ready!
3 bars connection?
Ready for a
It's
crack!
not
Break
fun.
it in!
Have you played any online game with a crack latency? It's not fun. Play Siege with fast latency. It's not fun. Top-tier connection, the actual online play isn't actually bad at all. I would like to play this for 5 minutes before clawing my eyes out and switching back to Mario Kart 8 on the Nintendo Switch. I'm just saying what everyone's fucking thinking at this point, alright? Some cases, individuals have called out that the game
Loose and
requires
catch
a
the wind!
controller pack to save data.
We have the goods.
Sounds
Let's
like
take out the
let's
war and get a
ride.
new
Ladies
finery.
and gentlemen, it's emulation, okay? They're not going to emulate every facet of the
All
game.
sail,
In
shall
some
take it.
cases, certain features
New sail!
will
Let's
work.
catch the wind!
It's actually
Come,
pretty
we'll chuck anywhere.
Brief it on top!
Get it off.
Sounds all sail!
Their Xbox Live features, don't activate that. No, you can't play Chaos Fury online with your homies over Xbox Live because the servers are done in day. Certain features of games, even through emulation, officially will just not work. Alright, so now that I've cleared up the misinformation, I kind of wanted to talk about the real funny hooplas in this whole situation. One of them was all about Ocarina of Time, one of the best games of all time. Why someone would play the N64 version when there's a perfectly amazing 3DS version that exists is fucking beyond me. I don't get it, I don't claim to understand it, but it is what it is. So here you can see that they actually have some severe input lag. I'm not a huge, aficionado for input lag, but if you watch this, hitting the B button, it takes, maybe half a second to trigger the jump. Now, to understand, I'm not so anal about this. I'm not some fighting game speedrunner or something. For me, input is important, but I'm not really counting the exact milliseconds. This isn't something like Rainbow Six Siege. The way that I theorize is because of the emulation solution that Nintendo is using, and because these games run, believe it or not, at 20-something frames per second, I'm sure that mismatch of frame rate and whatever the console is trying to render natively to the Switch screen and the actual TV that you're using will cause a mismatch in input, and this can easily be patched out. But the fucking funny thing about this is how Nintendo has let this happen in a final release product, especially when they're upcharging you on the process of playing the ROM. What? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Are you out of your mind? Stop paying to get a worse experience than somebody this tired. We are in a day and age where somebody can go on RetroArch in 5 minutes and start playing N64 games like Ocarina of Time in ultra wide. Yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, the game will crash sometimes, but in a lot of cases, we're able to do that. You can even see in a lot of cases, sometimes it doesn't render properly at all. In fact, when the game lags like this, it's because the emulator is trying to do something that the N64 would have actually straight up crashed on. Finally, it crashed the actual emulator, but you get the general idea of why these things are getting broken. Whatever emulation solution that Nintendo is using for this exact system is incredibly inferior to the actual public amateur emulators that are existing right there. And this is insane. Look, this exact same situation happened with Sony when they released the PlayStation Classic.
Sing and haul and sing. Oh, up aloft this yacht will swing. Hey, up aloft that yacht must go. For we are upward bound, you know. A handy ship and a handy crew. A handy mate and an old man too.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Ocarina of Time. Apparently, the Japanese version, okay? We're standing outside, we're looking at this beautiful digital animation. With an amazing actual reflection going across the sea. This is a beautiful situation. You want to fight Darkwing? This is the kind of place you take on Darkwing. Of course, in the next shot, we have the Virtual Console, okay? The Wii Virtual Console. A bit
Here we go.
But it still stays true to the original.
Brace everyone.
We've got what appears to be an absolute abysmal dumpster fire. Japanese version of running on Switch Online. As far as I've been able to tell,
Hang on, man. Brace everyone.
You can see that the reflections don't work.
Where are
In fact, it just looks like a goddamn texture. The fog is basically missing in this scenario. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I said Silent Hill 2 HD? All this is missing is some goddamn comic scan
Hold
somewhere.
steady now.
Maybe some, placeholder texture, missing texture somewhere here would have been just a chef's kiss icing on the cake. Now, alright, compared to things like Genesis or even Super Nintendo. But even when you're looking at the community-run plugins and emulation out there, it still leaves better than all of this. In fact, just to really see if the Japanese version was looking like that,
Here we go.
It's got 230 views. Alright, it's by CG.
Look at the size of that!
The funny thing is, even if
Fine
it's
catch, Captain.
went full 4x3 recording the screen, and I'm glad they've done that because this to me almost proves that they're running on an actual N64. Okay, so the Japanese version, you can tell by the Japanese text. Okay, it's right there. Do you see the reflections on the crowd? Yeah, I think the emulation just screwed up, man. I don't even think we can call it shenanigans. I think it's just bad emulation. You know, I'm just gonna put it out like that, okay? Look, I thought that it was already criminally bad to upcharge people for running ROMs, but now I just think now I think Nintendo's just trolling, okay? Like, at this point, not only have they upcharged you, okay, but they've given you inferior ways to play those exact same games. Not only is the list of games very low, and sure, they have some cool features like NetPlay enabled, but ladies and gentlemen, if you're coming across frame rate issues, failing to render certain objects, and downright missing actual effects that pretty much bring proper atmosphere, straight up change the entire look of the game. You get your shit together and fix some of this up, man. I mean, I'm having voice cracks talking about this. This is making me all giddy inside just because of how big of a shit show it actually is. Ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo Switch emulation is kind of a joke. And what's funny here is if you have a hacked Switch right now, like first generation, you could hack it with the little side. You can actually run RetroArch in a better version of this N64 emulator and get a better goddamn experience. Hell, I've showed it in my videos. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and yeah, Nintendo Switch expansion pack is kind of a lame joke right now. Hopefully in the next week or two, Nintendo may be able to salvage and fix this, but because it's Nintendo, I really have no faith in the game. This is me, Mutahar, and I am out.
It's about 80% air. That means it can...
Wow. I mean, like, legitimately, wow. Is this the end of the gravy train for the MCU? This is now, The Eternals is now the worst rated Marvel movie in history. In history. I have a lot of thoughts about this. Now, I did have a couple of viewers who were irritated by me saying that, you know, nobody knows who the Eternals are, and that, you know, they're not, you know, 100 years old. They like the Jack Kirby comics. I don't want you to. I want people to remember that even though I enjoy dunking on Marvel and Disney, for example, if you like the movies, like, forget me. You know what I mean? Like, life is short. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Don't watch somebody on YouTube and don't let them make you feel bad for not liking something. There's a lot of hyperbole and stuff, you know. I'm an entertainer. Obviously, The Eternals probably isn't the worst movie in history, but it is the worst MCU movie in history, and this score continues to go down. It was at 66 like 20 minutes ago, and I refreshed, and now it's down to 65, which, by the way, is hilariously odd that it would say that that's certified fresh, or that it's fresh at a 65. I wanted to mention that, like, hey, if you like something, I don't ever want you to feel guilty about it. You know, there are a lot of my viewers that enjoyed The Last of Us 2, and that was kind of when I started realizing that I needed to be a little more careful. Like, I don't want to ruin things for people. I just want to have a bit of fun. The Eternals may be a totally fine movie. I mean, certainly critics are almost never right. My point was not that necessarily it got a bad review and the critics are the gold standard. It's that they clearly pandered to critics with an uber diverse cast and the two dads with their kid, and they still hated it. I think that was my main point takeaway. We see the movies now to a 65% with 84 reviews. There's been a few new reviews that have dropped in. Cassie DaCosta of Vanity Fair saying, from visuals to music choice, there's a lack of style here that's only refusal to focus. I think what's happened to Marvel, in particular with the Eternals, is they had just so many W's in a row that they were probably feeling invincible. There will definitely not be another Eternals movie. I can be very certain about that. This movie is not going to do good at the box office, given how big the budget was. It will lose money on it. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just my prediction. I don't think critic reviews drive people to go see Marvel movies. Like even last night, I played darts on Tuesday nights, and a female friend of mine came up to me and was like, "Oh yeah, she's popcorn." There, and I'm like, "Oh, what movie did you see?" And I'm like, "Oh, is there anything good out?" And she's like, "Oh, there's this movie called The Eternals coming out. It's a Marvel movie. I'm probably gonna see that." Like that's who sees Marvel movies nowadays. Either hardcore fans of like the particular property, or people that are just like, "It's a Marvel movie. It must be good." And one bad one isn't enough to derail the entire MCU. Get Out was pretty good. The following film was awful, and he's still getting work. You can see Eternals is so busy showing off what it can do, where it can go, that it bypasses and overlooks what it really has to offer. There are real dilemmas, real battles of interest buried beneath the soft-pedaled, naturally lit, cozy surfaces of this movie. Eternals felt like a tried to hold it all together, but was filled to bursting in too much and not enough. The result was very ambitious, well-made, kind of flat, and unfortunately forgettable. It flies high, grabs with huge themes and ideas, tries to keep check with humor and heart, but the whole thing feels overblown, overwrought, that you kind of walk out feeling out of the screen in This film is achingly earnest in tackling issues of diversity and representation, but falls as engrossing entertainment. Perfect encapsulation. Like, what they're really saying there is they worked really hard to get all of the boxes checked, and they forgot to make a good movie. What seemed like a perfect marriage of filmmaker and studio, Oscar winner Chloe Zhao at Marvel Studios turns out to be one of, if not the biggest misfire since the MCU ever began. Reviews just keep rolling in. The hot gods of Eternals will bore you to death with their feelings. That's from Rolling Stone. BBC Culture, 3 stars for Chloe Zhao's disappointing Eternals. It's like they completely forgot the MCU recipe. Eternals currently the lowest rated Marvel movie on Rotten Tomatoes. Before I get into this article, not a sponsor, just a thank you to everyone out there who's been backing me on Subscribestar, which is a free speech alternative to Patreon. It's linked in the description. Through the join button down below. I'm currently on site at a movie set because of that, to bring you guys better content. If you haven't yet, and you are in a position to, please do consider making today the day you Subscribestar or join as a member on the channel. It helps support everything, including Sean, the video editor, Maggie, my wonderful assistant, Ben, my thumbnail guy, and allows me to come out here and get I got some better mics, some better equipment to do these interviews, so I appreciate all of you, and I hope that you'll back today. The Eternals, a race of immortal beings with superhuman powers, have secretly lived on Earth for 10,000 years, reunite to battle the evil deviants. I just hate that name. At the current point in time, Eternals has a 66 rating on the tomato rating. It's actually 65 now. Most of the reviewers seem to think there's too much going on in the movie. I think they're a victim of so many characters that they want to give equal screen time to and develop. It's got to be nearly impossible. Quote, Eternals feels like a balloon that tried to hold it all together but was filled to bursting. We read that one. It'll be interesting to see if an Eternal sequel will still happen, pending how the movie does at the box office. I don't think it's going to happen. Let's see what the budget was. This is a $200 million budget, okay? So the rule of thumb with Hollywood is if the the budget was $200 million, another $200 million in marketing, which, by the way, unlike Shang-Chi, I've been seeing a lot of marketing for the Eternals. So they have to make $400 million just to break even. And normally you need to like buffer it. It's probably closer to 500 to break even. If this movie doesn't make $500, $600, $700 million, why would you make a sequel? Are people going to suddenly decide, hey, that first movie wasn't very good, but I want to run and go see a second Eternals? I mean, Black Widow, which I think was mediocre, okay, didn't even make $400 million at the box office. Now, to be fair, Black Widow released still in a tenuous time where a lot of people don't even want to go to the movie theaters. But somehow, I don't know, Fast 9 almost made $1 billion. The thing about Black Widow, though, and the thing about Chloe Zhao's The Eternals, is the China release, which sometimes is as much as they get in domestic, or in some movies it's actually more. I don't think Black Widow's been in China yet. Yeah, it doesn't look like Fast 9, nothing. You see Fast 9, 600 million. Black Widow passes 300 million in China. So Black Widow, while China's preventing the Scarlet, so it doesn't look like it's going to get any action in China either. And that's like, I would think for Black Widow that would have been another 200 to 300 million. This is a huge hit for Disney, and what I think they're probably going to do, and the reason they're not going to show the Eternals is because the director has spoken out against China, which I 100% respect. In her position, I respect her to have the stones to come out and say, hey, Chloe Zhao, if I remember right, spoke out pretty aggressively about China, which means this movie's not. They even censored her Oscar win in China. So, this is a director that isn't going to get, China isn't going to bring the Eternals in. So it's going to have to make $400 million just to break even without China, which seems like an impossible task. This movie will lose money, and maybe it will drive more Disney Plus subscriptions. Maybe. What do you think? Do you think this is a bigger picture of superhero film fatigue? Is it that people are just, afraid of going to see movies, or is this just a rare miss? I mean, if we look at, the Eternals competition, right, for, Rotten Tomatoes, for example, in the MCU, to me, it's actually really, really shocking to see that it's actually rated worse. It's actually rated worse than Incredible Hulk. That's insane to me. Black Widow had a 79, still lost money. The Eternals is at a 65. That's a huge drop. I thought it would just drop to like maybe high 60s. The next lowest film anywhere near that, Age of Ultron at 76, and Thor: Dark World at 66. Thor: Dark World, which is widely considered one of Marvel's worst movies, along with The Incredible Hulk at 67, still better than The Eternals at 65 and rapidly dropping. I'll be interested to hear what you think in the comment section down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Whether it's the perfect headphones, or couch, or sneakers, find what you actually love. Pinterest shopping.
Intel is back. It's not quite the way we all expected when Ryzen first hit the scene back in 2017, but I don't think we could have hoped for a better outcome than this.
Captain's
Not just for the consumer, but for the entire industry.
12th Gen Core, codenamed Alder Lake, is like nothing we've ever seen on the PC to date. And I'm getting some serious Ryzen, or maybe Bulldozer, vibes from the lateral thinking it took to put it all together.
So let's talk about the who, the what, the why, and how this return to competition is so good for everybody. You know what else is good? Our sponsor, Origin PC. Origin PC laptops can be customized with Intel Core processors and
Blue's down!
GeForce RTX
Pack some
30
wood!
series graphics with mass-key design. Backed by a 24/7 support team, you can check out Origin PC at the link.
studs.
Intel's performance claims for Alder Lake are mostly
home and say goodbye,
Blizzard, sir.
Learn about crypto and get paid in with Coinbase Earn. We paid out over $1.
Something else strange. Now, I'm not entirely sure. On iPhone. Let's Go Brandon reached number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 8 on iTunes, displacing Adele. Pissing off a lot of lefty establishment media critics, but something else strange. Now, I'm not entirely sure that the form. Go to Apple's website about that. Let's Go Brandon. Not this. Not a There's two different versions. Well, there's three different. There's two different songs. One of the songs has three different versions, like a remix and a full version. It's dominated top of the charts. Well, it kind of looks like iTunes has song all the way top of the charts. Because the only way to maintain these, I don't know, left-wing ideas and culture is to censor the right. There's like a meme where they say,
poor Stormy's
I think
dead
it's
and gone.
Fire! Fire! Go to the drag!
And so they have to take back control of the cultural institutions. We got a couple more stories though. Biden is getting absolutely obliterated by Manchin. He's losing everything. The IRS tax reporting thing where they're going to track your account, gone.
Come on, boys!
Medical
Round the corner
care,
and
like all
away
this stuff is
we'll
being
go.
gutted.
Round
The
the
bill's not
corner,
cut.
Sally!
Biden is
Round the corner
losing.
where the gals do
Because
go.
they're desperate to
Round
pass
the
something
corner,
before next
Sally!
year. They know they're gonna
Oh,
lose.
Sally Brown, she's the
And I've
gal
got some other
for me.
cultural stories.
Round the
There was
corner,
a
Sally!
commercials,
She's waiting there by
versus
the mango
Doritos
tree.
commercial,
Round the
where
corner,
a
Sally!
Latino family
She
summons
loves me
their dead
good,
uncle.
she loves me long.
Now,
Round the
this guy
corner,
is gay.
Sally!
It's just like a
She
weird
loves me
commercial.
hot and she loves me strong. Round the corner, Sally! Was you ever down in Kingston town?
Maybe they have
Round
ghost
the corner,
chips.
Sally! Where the
Ghost
cows
chips.
are
Instead of
spending
ghost
money
chips.
around.
And then there's, oh my
Yes,
god.
yes, I love it.
There's another story where apparently Twix made a commercial that has nothing to do with Twix. It's just like a kid wearing a dress.
I take her in tow to cow.
That's what it's about.
Basically, yeah, if you watch the commercial.
So, my friends, Luke and Ian, are currently on a date together. They won't be on the show tonight. No, they're both out. And we're being joined by Libby Evans. Introduce yourself.
I think my God.
There's some other guys sitting down.
This other guy
This other
wandered
guy.
into the
This
studio.
guy.
Who am I? Seamus Coughlin of Freedom Suit. It's great to be back.
And I'm really enjoying our different crew for this evening. And I was telling Libby this evening
Haul
that she
in
was
the
like chaos,
Stunson.
and then we almost hit a deer on the way down. That was great.
Wow.
Not joking. It's very true.
I didn't know I was a magnet for chaos.
We survived. We're here. I'm glad we're here. It's gonna be a great show.
Luke and Ian need to watch out. This might become the new canon.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. It's Shimcast tonight.
Right. No, it's not.
No, it's Shimcast tonight. let's
All right.
let
How
the
about?
chat tell us.
All right. All right. You do the ad read.
All right. Well, that's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Go to what do we got here? It's supposed to be Stronger Bones in Life.
Perfect.
Go to StrongerBonesInLife.com and you can get your ageless multi-collagen from BioTrust. This stuff's awesome, actually. It adds like a nice creamy texture to your drinks. It's got 5 different types of collagen, and if you are becoming an old man, which I am, of course, at 35, so the aging process has begun. I love this stuff. I put it in my coffee. And I also love the keto stuff too, but this stuff's pretty good. So if you want healthier skin, nails, if you want to look young and supple, then you're going to want to go to Stronger Bones in Life and pick up some of your ageless multi-collagen, 51% off. BioTrust says you get a 60-day money-back guarantee. The healthy aging supportive collagen. 5 key types of collagen you need from 4 different sources. For every order today, they will donate a nutritious meal to a hungry child in your honor. Through their partnership with NoKidHungry.org today, BioTrust has provided over 5 million meals on for kids. Please help them hit their goal of 6 million meals by this year. It is non-GMO and free of artificial colors, flavors, preservatives, and sweeteners. Free of gluten, antibiotics, and RBGH and RBST. No odor or taste, unlike bone broth. There's no clumping. Free shipping with every order. Free VIP live health and fitness coaching from BioTrust's team of expert nutrition and health coaches for life with every order. And free new e-report, 14 foods for amazing skin with every order. Guys, BioTrust, very obviously, because we do several reads for them per month. They're a company willing to help support us in the work we do, and that's huge considering the left is always trying to go after advertisers and get that revenue pulled from various shows. So show them your support. If this is something you're looking for, you want some collagen, check out StrongerBonesInLife.com. And don't forget to go to TimCast.com, become a member. Look at this. If you go to TimCast.com and then you click Store, if you scroll then to the bottom, you'll be greeted by a new shirt. A lot of people were like, Tim, why don't you have any new shirts? And you're like, that's a good point. We need a new shirt, so we crank one out. This is Step on Snack and Find Out. It is a joke from the vlog, Cast Castle vlog, where Kent, who does the animations, just makes silly shirts for Luke to wear. And so one of them was Step on Snack and Find Out, and there's a little cute angry snake who's, telling you to watch out. So if you want the Step on Snack and Find Out, we're ordering a whole bunch because this looks amazing. And we've got what is it? What color is that?
Camo green.
Camo green. Olive green. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. So we're gonna get a whole bunch of these, and then we'll have them here. But I'm really excited for this one. And we're gonna be making a whole bunch more. So don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Again, you go to timcast.com, become a member, click store, get your Step on Snack and Find Out shirt because it's fun, and I'm gonna get a bunch. But let's talk about the news. Here we go. This is where it gets really weird. From popvortex.com, you can see iTunes Top 10 Music Charts USA. Top songs. Let's Go Brandon, featuring Tyson James and Chandler Crump, Bryson Gray. Let's Go Brandon Extended Version, Loza Alexander. 3, Let's Go Brandon, Loza Alexander. Knocking Adele out of the first place position. Then you get Walker Hayes, you get Ed Sheeran, then you get Elton John, and then number 8 is Let's Go Brandon.
Wow.
But here's where it's crazy. Check this out. So someone chatted actually when we were starting the show that they removed it. And I'm like, no. That would be too obvious. So I pulled up music.apple.com, US Top 100 USA, and it's not there.
That's insane.
But this is a different chart, so I don't know exactly what's going on because this is not the same chart. This is the most played songs in the US updated every day, and this is from apple.com, but they're different songs. So I don't know, Adele is there, Easy on Me, but then they have Drake, and Drake isn't up here, so maybe, I don't know, I don't know, am I missing something here? That's why I didn't title it, that's why
we need Casey Kasem.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us what's going on. You guys remember Casey Kasem?
Yes, I do.
No, who's that? What am I missing?
Casey Kasem, he did the top 40. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great, and he had this great voice, and I think he lived to be about 175 years old.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, to do it, and he would announce the.
As like a lich, like an undead.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Like the
He had
Dorito
this great
commercial.
voice.
Yes.
If you heard the voice, you might know it. I bet you do a good impression of it too.
Probably. I guess. Here's what's funny about this, right? So, where's the story? Here we go. This is from Showbiz 411. Adele booming at radio, but temporarily knocked off iTunes top spot by moronic anti-Biden song.
Nice headline.
Okay. Hold on. It's from October 25th, right?
Okay.
Here's what he says. Easy on Me was knocked off its perch at number 1 on iTunes after 10 straight days. The temporary displacer is a moronic single called Let's Go Brandon by Bryson Gray Tyson, an anti-Biden record for anti-vaxxers. Idiots are pushing this piece of crap up the iTunes chart, but no one in their right mind would spend money on it. It's not a song or a record. It's just garbage.
Wow.
Adele will be back at number 1 tomorrow.
I love
Well,
the framing.
Maybe that's why it's not on the. Maybe that's why. Maybe people aren't buying it. They're just listening to it.
Yeah, I was
Maybe,
thinking that
but
should be
it is in the
downloads
top
versus
list.
listens.
I mean, you saw it on your phone. You checked.
Yeah. and
Let's
it's
Go
there.
Brandon's there. And then, but this guy said October 25th, it would be knocked off the chart. Adele will be number 1. Sorry, dude.
Get a fact check on
Also,
that?
I love
Yeah,
that,
right.
like, this,
Let's
the
get
anti...
Kessler on it.
Yeah,
It's like
seriously.
the anti-Biden song is moronic and what, like Adele makes music for intellectuals.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe that's
I
just
like
the
Adele. I
point.
think she's
It's
good.
not- I don't have anything against her, but is that just like more
What can I
sophisticated?
do
It's all
for you
pop
this
music.
day?
Right.
Pretty much.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's me.
And plus,
It's
I
me.
think
That's a great song.
Let's Go Brandon is the one-hit wonder of 2021.
Yeah, but it's 2 different songs. It's there's 2 versions of it. Well, there's more than 2 versions. There's 2 different songs and then multiple versions of one song.
Remixes and stuff, yeah.
So people like Let's Go Brandon.
Yeah, they really, really like it. And one thing that I enjoy, and look, we all do this, we're all guilty of it, but people who don't produce anything trashing on something that everybody
Which
else
of my
loves.
treasures might
Right.
tempt you?
It's like
Yeah.
this song got into the top charts 3 times. Literally 3 times, the exact same song. This guy's like, it's moronic, it's terrible.
No. Now help me out, this guys. Remember the song F Donald Trump?
Yeah.
No.
F Donald Trump.
It's a
that rap
never
song.
heard it.
real
Yeah.
bop, Tim.
Yeah, it came out in 2016. It actually reached number 1 on iTunes November 7th, 2020.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's called FDT is the name of the song.
But can I say something? Oh, sorry. Well, isn't Let's Go Brandon a more creative way of saying it than just like
Family
F this
friendly.
guy?
Yeah.
Like just saying F this guy, that's moronic.
That's why I think Let's Go Brandon does really well. But what I was going to say is,
Trey, is the
were
nature of your
conservatives
pursuit.
outraged over F Donald Trump? I think I remember some people being like, how crude.
Like it knocked Adele off.
Well, sure. I mean,
How could this have happened?
They might say that it was crude, but that's because conservatives are always saying that pop music is crude.
Everything's
That's
true.
not-
Yeah, like WAP. Remember when Ben
Yeah, they're
Shapiro-
right. God.
Yeah, that was hysterical. And also, that song is kind of
Yeah,
nasty.
it's
like,
very
It's
nasty.
a
It was
gross song. It's not a sexy song. You know
Here,
what I
look.
mean? There's no like.
What
there's
can
no,
I do for you this day?
When
Yeah.
when Ben Shapiro
No
read the
budget.
lyrics to WAP,
No.
and then someone took it and put it over WAP, of
Yeah.
course, that
Of
was
course.
legit hilarious.
True comedy.
Pleasure.
So I kind of feel like that's the big difference between like if you're in the cult and you're not in the cult. You know, I like Adele. I think Adele's really good.
I got nothing against
Very
her.
talented,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Ed Sheeran, I don't know a whole lot about him, but I got
Just really boring.
I
music.
like Elton John. Elton John's got a lot of
Which
great
of my
classic songs.
treasures might
Yeah, Goodbye
tempt
Yellow
you
Brick
today?
Road.
Yep.
Excellent music. Rocket Man, come on, who doesn't
Rocket
like?
Man is good.
Yeah, who doesn't like
I
Rocket
prefer
Man?
William Shatner's cover, but
Right.
Also good. But so look,
I forgot about that one. So good.
Rocket Man.
no, but this is what's funny. Like even if conservatives were criticizing the F Donald Trump song, they weren't going, they knocked it down.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
you know what's interesting about that too is like so the thing where low art became high art in American culture is what allowed Adele to be something like critically acclaimed, and now they don't like that there's more low art. Well, there's already low art out. Also, part of the thing with Let's Go Brandon is if the song was, you know, FDT but FJB
What, Trey, is the
dead,
nature of your pursuit?
that would get censored all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be like hate speech. It would be racist to call the old white male president
Right. That
names
names,
or
right?
something. Like somehow that would all be wrong. So this is a nice little workaround of censorship as well, which we obviously need a great deal of these days.
I think Bryson's version is family friendly.
I haven't heard
Like he doesn't cuss or anything.
Good for him.
Because he was saying that YouTube
It's like the
deleted.
Kids Bop version, like they're all
Right.
bopping to this in the car with
Yeah.
their family.
I love it.
Yep, they say fudge.
Yeah.
That's
You know,
great.
and chip.
I just released Biden Bops if anyone wants to check that
Oh,
out.
that's
That's
sure
great. That was so
Read it
good.
too. That's
Oh
what
my
it's about.
gosh. That's amazing.
Sure not shopping at pressure.
What can I do for you this day?
Yeah, same.
Bryson mentioned this because YouTube deleted his
Yes.
video from YouTube saying that it was like medical misinformation, and he's like, what?
Wait, what is that?
Excellent.
This
My
song,
thanks.
Let's Go Brandon?
Yeah.
Like people are listening to this song for medical advice, and they're like, "Well, I was gonna get vaccinated, but then I heard Let's Go Brandon."
Right. That does not follow.
Yeah.
No, it's very
What,
obvious. The
Trey,
left
is the
controls
nature of
cultural
your
institutions
pursuit?
by force.
Oh,
They
100%.
wouldn't if they didn't own these platforms. they would not survive.
Exactly.
This music, this, you know, it's really funny when we did a segment the other day talking about bands like Rage Against the Machine and The Offspring, and I go back and I look at some of this music. I was looking at, I think, Gone Away by The Offspring. Reached the Billboard Hot 100 #1. It was like a #1 single. It is a really good song. But then you look at the video for it, and it's like, it doesn't get a lot of play. But then you look at some other pop music with billions of views, and I'm like,
Which
it
of
seems
my
to me that back in the day,
treasures might tempt you
they
today?
were artificially propping up songs that people didn't really care for. That's how the industry works. And now that people have the ability to choose, you can see what kind of music people really do like.
Well, that's what would happen is record companies would send out the songs to the radio stations, and the radio stations would have to play those songs a certain number of times a day.
Interesting.
They would push that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They would have like,
It's all
It was
manufactured.
the old-time influencer model of radio.
Wow, interesting.
so it's like, it's crazy to think about that a lot of the songs we heard in the 90s was just a record label being like, we want to sell this song. It's like, do people like
There
it?
were some
Don't care.
bangers though,
There
you
was
know?
great
Closing Time.
technology.
Yeah,
Oh,
Closing
amazing.
Time. Glycerin.
Yeah, also good.
Or Glycerine.
Good.
What, pray, is the
Green
nature
Day.
of your pursuit?
The whole.
But were they really the best, or was it just that's all you could get?
No, I hated Green Day.
Yeah,
when they
Green
came
Day,
out.
definitely.
Wow.
not the
Well,
best.
that's a little messed up.
Not the best.
I didn't,
Why are you a
I didn't
Green Day
listen to
fan?
a lot of them.
Okay, sure. Green Day is the worst. I agree.
Yeah, and they got a Broadway show.
Green Day?
Really?
What?
Didn't they? Yeah, there was
most
like a
excellent.
musical. There was a Green Day musical.
That grosses me out. I don't like
Yeah.
that. Huh.
I wonder, it's really funny because we talked about this before too with American Idiot. I remember, I could be wrong about this, but my understanding was that they had produced some garbage pop album
What can
with
I
like
do for
acoustic
you
songs
this
and
day?
people racked on them for like not being. So then they scrapped the album and then made American Idiot. And they
Yeah,
were
that
like,
was it. There's an original Broadway cast recording.
Oh,
of what?
gross.
American Idiot.
Oh, of course, right. It's political.
My
Because
gratitude.
it was a musical.
Tim, the look of genuine confusion on your face.
It was a
Why
musical.
would they allow that?
In 2009, it premiered at Berkeley Rep.
Huh.
It won a Grammy.
Which of my
Gross and
treasures
weird.
might tempt
Don't
you
like
today?
that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ugh. Record company.
Grammys, I hate all that stuff.
Yeah.
Literally just
Super
patting
nauseating.
themselves on the back. Anytime the industry gives itself an
Yeah.
award.
It's also
makes
an
my skin
opportunity
crawl.
so that you could get up on stage and tell everybody how proud you are to have had an abortion.
Yep,
Right,
Yep,
yep.
murdered my child.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
And you're all
Wait,
horrible
Broadway?
people at home. Maybe
No,
not Broadway, no,
Grammys.
I was saying Grammys.
What?
Who did that?
Oh, the
No, that was
Grammys.
Oscars. That was
Oh, that
Oscars.
was
Yeah,
Oscars.
Oscars.
Oh, sorry, I get confused with the celebrities awarding themselves for no
Yeah,
reason.
exactly.
Nothing.
Doing a little bit of this, patting
Yeah.
themselves on the back.
Yeah,
They're all
yeah,
doing it
yeah.
all the time.
Which reminds me, we're going to be doing the official Timcast Award.
Exactly. Oh, who's gonna win?
Oh, who's gonna win? I
What
wonder.
can I do for you this
Oh,
day?
oh.
Seamus,
What's
you win.
my award?
Is it
Beautiful.
going to be a golden alpaca?
Well, I'd like to thank my abortion doctor and.
Seamus, how dare you?
I shouldn't even joke about that. I literally
You know
just
what
made myself
should
sad.
really happen? What should really happen is men
Most
should get up there on the stage and they should talk about how they encourage their girlfriends to have abortions or their wives to have abortions so that their careers could be that much better without having the burden of children. And then
way too real.
these not fathers could be applauded for having exterminated pregnancies.
This is
Wow.
the
Why
exact
do we
Actually,
same.
my
only celebrate
treasures
women
might
who
tempt you
killed their
today.
children?
Yeah.
Kennedy.
You know what I
Every
mean?
single argument I saw when people were hashtag shouting their abortions, every argument I saw equally applied to deadbeat dads. Yep,
Yeah,
every
yeah,
single one was like, well,
exactly.
it helped me get further along in my career.
Yeah.
I wasn't ready for a child. You could say this about a guy who just abandons his kids.
Those are crazy arguments too.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to have a career and go to
Right.
school, and it's like,
You can do
Okay.
like
You
So
can
that's
someone had
totally-
to die?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
a person had to die? It's so emotionally manipulative. Here's what they'll do. You'll show a woman a mammogram of what her actual child, or not a mammogram.
Oh, I was
I'm
gonna
so
say,
sorry.
that's
I'm
what
getting
we're going
confused
for.
because Planned Parenthood claims they have mammograms, but they don't. So that's always in my head when I discuss it. But they literally have no mammograms. No,
They
not in a
say
single.
they
They have said they do for
They'll
years.
help you cut your boobs off.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure.
But I'm sorry, mammograms. So if you show someone an ultrasound of what their child actually looks like, that's emotional manipulation. But if you convince women that they'll just never achieve their dreams unless they kill their baby, that's
That's
reasonable.
not. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's like a weird segue though.
Where's my Timcast award?
Yeah, there you go.
For,
We can
for
work
best
on
best hard segue into
that. Super hard. Well, we're talking about family planning.
it seems like a pretty slow news day to be completely honest. Like I was reading the news and it was just like everyone was kind of just twiddling their thumbs.
It was a good day to drive directly into the sun.
Yeah, perfect. That worked out for you then. I'm
Yay.
sorry.
I guess we're kind of just in this middle period waiting for we have like the Rittenhouse
The Rittenhouse thing, yeah.
The Rittenhouse trial is interesting. Did you see you guys you talked about it already and I missed it, but they were saying the people who were killed in that situation cannot be referred to as victims.
That's right.
That's
They
right.
can be referred to as rioters.
You know,
which is appropriate.
And I agree. I totally agree.
So I had that tweet that Donald Trump pinned on Twitter for a long time, where it was like the Rittenhouse thing, that, like how to convince you to vote for Trump, and that's like the left views it as like it's proof of being far right or whatever. It's crazy though, because this story with Rittenhouse shows you that left and right are meaningless, other than you either are an idiot who believes fake BS or you care about facts. Destiny, for instance, leftist streamer, was like the clearest case of self-defense I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And then his argument with Vosh said in the Marvel movies, good guys put their guns down. It's like,
Yes.
no, they don't.
Do you know why the Grandmaster is so interested in
horrific. It was such an abomination.
Well, sir, he's very
changed
intelligent
Star
and
Wars, for
ambitious.
example, and made it so that
His
Han
knowledge
Solo
of
was
seamanship
first.
is second
That
to
was
none.
the stupidest thing
And
ever.
if I trust
Obviously,
my
what makes
favorite
him a good
barmaid
character
in
is that he's
Halifax,
conflicted.
he also just became captain of his own man of war.
He does bad things, right? There's like, so.
Well, he was kind of a scoundrel.
Yes,
Exactly.
which is a good thing about him, and that's the only. I mean, would Leia have fallen for the good guy? No,
No
she
way.
falls
Well,
for the
she
scoundrel
kissed her
with
brother.
the dirty hands.
That was a little weird of her, I would
That
say.
was
Yeah,
really
a little
just
bit
for
strange.
luck.
Oh, just for luck, okay.
You know the funny thing about the Star Wars when she kissed her brother is that they have the Force, right? They have like strong in the Force, so they had to have known. You know when
Why wasn't it like with magnets, you know, where they're like,
each other. Yeah.
No, when he's like Vader's here already, he sends my presents or whatever, and then when Vader's like search your feelings or whatever, you know,
about whether he's your father.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
So there's no way.
Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's only if you're looking for it. You know, if you're into somebody, you don't stop to think. I need to search the Force for whether this is my sister.
Yeah,
They have
of course
that-
they
they have
have
that
to be your sister.
No, they have that app in Iceland.
Yeah, they
where-
do. You don't date your
Yeah,
cousin.
No, really?
Yeah. There's an app in Iceland where you can look up if the person you're dating is actually your cousin.
Very small
Wow.
gene pool up there.
I can see that being repurposed for a kink.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
Oh, no.
Well, anyway, back to Kyle Rittenhouse. No.
Yeah, this will be interesting.
Well, it's insane too, because this is another reason why it's so dangerous to have a dialogue surrounding guns in a country where a large majority of the citizens have never handled a gun, and most of the people on the other side of the gun debate have never seen one in person, I think, oftentimes. Because people don't realize the unbelievable discipline which was required for Kyle to literally only hit his targets. Like, he's in an urban environment being chased down by a mob, and he only hit the people who are trying to attack him. People think that weapons function as they do in the films, where anyone can just hit whatever target they want to
Right,
shoot.
no, that's not easy.
It's
Yeah.
not easy.
Dude,
And
it's
it's most of it, and this is
hard.
one thing that anyone who knows anything about firearms will tell you when people ask, like, why would you need 30 rounds? Why would you need a 50-round magazine and a handgun? Well, the reason is because most of the time, you're not going to hit your target, especially if you don't train very often, especially if you're an average person, you're not in the military or something, someone who's been tactically trained or shoots every day. You're probably going to miss a good amount, and also it can take more than one bullet to take a person down. So the fact that this kid was able to, with precision, hit only the people who were trying to hurt him when he was being chased down by an entire mob of people is a testament of adults. Is a testament to how responsible he was. He wasn't just out there shooting his gun out like a maniac. He only hit people who were a direct threat to his life, even though an entire mob was chasing him down.
Well, that's why. So the judge said you can call them rioters, looters, and arsonists, but not victims.
Right.
The amount of misinformation in this story, it's mind-boggling. It's infuriating. Because I expect it when it comes to politics.
Yeah.
But this is so crazy, man. Go on Twitter and look at like what these progressive TikTokers are saying about it. And they're like a white supremacist mass murderer who took a gun, crossed state lines. It's like none of it is true.
None of it's true. None of
The
it's
other
true.
thing too is shortly after that, I think it was in September of 2020, the Biden campaign came out with an ad where they called Rittenhouse a white nationalist.
A white nationalist?
Yeah.
They could just say that about anybody.
Biden called him that. Biden said that in a campaign ad. And
Wow.
the family came out and said, we're going to sue you. I don't know what happened with that. But when you have the man who becomes president making up lies to win political elections,
Lies about a teenager.
lies about
to
a
try
teenager
to damage their
who was
reputation.
trying to protect his community.
Yeah, and himself. Well, and it's funny too. One of the reasons One of the most obvious tells from the get-go that this was not the kind of mass shooting situation the left was trying to make it out to be is people on the left were actually referring to gun laws that they thought were broken. Every single time a shooting occurs, they pretend that there were no laws in place to prevent it, because then they have to acknowledge the fact that whatever new laws are put into place are just going to be disobeyed by any psychopath who wants to murder people anyway. And so with Rittenhouse, they were saying he traveled to a different state with a gun, which is illegal. First of all, that's not even true. But if it was, if you really think someone's a mass murderer, you're not all that concerned with the regulations they broke transporting their gun.
It's all they got.
Exactly. It's all they had.
This is it's crazy. Like, man, it's been getting bad. You know, I know.
He's also an expert at
stuff,
deciphering.
I'm like, dude, it is really bad. So I follow a bunch of progressive YouTubers and stuff, and just to see the amount of fake news they peddle,
codes.
I realized something.
A man with
Like,
such
lot
a
of them I
skill
watch,
is
they
certainly
don't
an
have
asset to our cause.
or they'll use broken
Kind of
sources.
fellow we should
They
welcome
won't
in the
seek
order
out-
then.
They'll find a source that
Well,
has the
he's a friend of
information they
mine,
prefer.
but the man has an
And then they'll
annoying
show that as their
habit
source,
of strict
like
honesty
Slate.com
and a
and
total
Huffington
lack
Post.
of anything
And
resembling
I use
guile.
CNN as
Makes it a little
often as
hard
I
to keep
can.
secret
I do
business
use Daily Mail
secret,
fairly often,
especially when his
but I try to use
mathematical
CNN,
brain
I
is
try to use
clever at
CBS, I
cracking
try to use
codes.
NBC. And then I'm
Consider him an
always
ally,
fact-checking
but
and trying to
watch
do
what
a
you
lot of
say
other-
around him.
Whenever I look at a story, I'll try and find like 4 different versions of the same story and then go through them and see the sources to make sure.
I've heard Louisbourg could be a linchpin in the war. If the Royal Navy can take that fort, it'll be clear sailing down the St. Lawrence.
So if I can verify something, I can. Well, when if Cena gets it right, I don't swear. More people know, right? You made up this story about Rittenhouse. So I tweeted. The people were tweeting with the Alec Baldwin thing. They were like, Alec Baldwin did nothing wrong, and Alec Baldwin. Producer on the film, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Al Hitchcock.
Good shot, finish!
Rioters led everything you got. Trying to put a fire on something from the gas station and only fire bomb. I guess it's not like that never happened to a fire. I'm like, the New York Times reported that. So I posted the New York Times. I showed a photo where it shows the circle of the flash. And then I paste it, I'm like, there's the image, here's the link, and they're like, holy, don't worry about it, you make anything up.
And there were journalists on the ground covering that stuff. We had them all, and we were all watching that. It was all so clear.
Dude, ew.
There was great coverage of that.
People made a good point. Now gets evicted every time. And it's not going to be like the last time. He's not going to get. I mean, for a while, I was saying, well, yeah, exactly. Part of why they're so very important about it is they want to verify the bomb, they want you to know that yourself you're getting money. So if this message goes down, the message that sends to the American public is there are people in your community who are doubting people mind your business, or if you're the person who they want to kill, you let them kill you. Because if you don't, we'll destroy your life anyway. So the thing about Rittenhouse really is that if he hadn't defended himself, if he had allowed the mob to kill him, as 33 people were killed this past summer, none of us would know his name. But because he defended himself, he's front page. We would know his name.
We might, but the average person wouldn't be talking about it. The people who killed him, when their trial date came up, that wouldn't be a news story. They wouldn't be pushing it as hard as they're pushing the Rittenhouse story. The media wouldn't be talking about it.
Check this out.
Various stories. The young man who
Oh, right.
killed in Georgia.
Give me some
by,
speed!
The black man killed in
Close down, gallants!
Then on to Quebec and Montreal. The tide is
Oh, yeah, it
turning.
was 2019.
General Wolfe will give that craven Montcalm a right thrashing.
I've been looking forward to that since Fort William Henry.
With this bloody war over, we'll finally bring order to this damn continent.
The mob has to be punished because they have the most moral authority.
There's an occupying. This is what we have to look forward to.
Well, there was another man too who I don't think it was in Kenosha. We reported on it at Post Millennial. Me and Estelle wrote about it at length. There was a man who was defending his shop.
With what we've taken, we can improve the ship,
Let's
Captain.
go! I fear it would take more than that,
this
friend.
man shot one of the looters who was trying to break into
For
the shop.
sale!
He was then vilified, mobbed online, all of that stuff for being a racist because the man he shot was black. He was defending his shop.
It's time for us
And
to
he
roll
later
and
killed
go!
Because it was so traumatizing.
Trim the yards off the wind!
Nobody said
There's a story out of Philly that never got really big light at all because there was no evidence from anyone covering it. But during the height of the riots, there was a local gun store to go to, and the guy told me, he told me that they got a warning from the ATF that people were going to try and loot gun stores during the riots. Later on, I heard a news story that 3 guys tried breaking into a Philly gun store, and one of them, I think one of them was shot and killed, and like someone may have been injured, I can't remember. But I put 2 and 2 together, I was like, whoa. So what happened was, the guy was sleeping in his gun shop.
That's right.
ATF probably called him, told him, because the other gun shop told me he was also sleeping in the store.
Right.
And then he's sitting there armed, and someone breaks in, and bam. No one...
That's a way to save lives, to prevent people from stealing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no 2A person thought it was going to be a good story, probably, to be like, hey, look what happened. And the left certainly didn't want to say, hey, the Black Lives Matter people are trying to steal guns now.
Oh, God.
Right.
There is that video, though, where they break into a gun store and then just start taking everything. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Dude, it was crazy last year. Can you believe it's been almost 2 years since we've been living under fascism?
I didn't realize. I had no idea.
That's crazy, right?
When did you say the fashion started?
The lockdowns.
March 13th, 2020.
Is that it? Date?
So we're about a year and a half in.
That's when New York City schools closed. Simply because I had pulled my son out of school because it was lice.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't the COVID that did it, it was the lice. And then I was like, I'm not having
On double les patrouilles jusqu'à nouvel ordre.
Not gonna work.
Let's talk about this story that you guys have in Post Millennial because it's horrifying.
Félicien,
It's probably gonna get us in trouble.
j'ai une mission spéciale pour vous. Suivez-moi.
It should get the high school in trouble on social media, so it'll get us in trouble for.
We'll get in trouble for
criticizing.
talking about
No,
it.
it didn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was,
all right,
it was
so
on
we're good.
social media.
From Post Millennial, investigation underway after Kentucky high school hosts drag pageant featuring male teens in lingerie giving lap dances to staff.
Oh my God! I didn't
Unlocks
realize
new possibilities.
dancing were minors. I didn't know. I'm serious. I didn't. When you guys were sharing the story, I was like, oh, that's horrible and disgusting. I didn't realize they would. It wasn't like they brought people in to do something inappropriate in a high school. They actually had minors doing this. Dude, that's like. That's like prison stuff. That's like
yeah.
that should be hard time. Those are minors. You're having lap dances.
Yep, there are.
That's a sex
multiple
offense.
layers
The
of
absolute
disgusting.
state of these United
Yes,
States.
what is happening right now? Oh my gosh.
It was Jacob Gardner. I just want to say that the man who
Jake
killed
Gardner.
himself.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the guy. It was in Omaha,
Yeah, that's right.
and they attacked his restaurant.
Right.
The guy was choking him out.
Right.
Well, not only do we have those kind of stories, we also have this,
Yeah.
where at a high school they're having minor males do lap dances.
Okay, that is so unbelievable.
And the principal.
No, it's not. Come on,
I mean, you're right. It's unbelievable, but it's so the audacity of these people. First, they shut the schools down for over a year and whine and complain. Anyone tells them that they have to go back into the classroom and do their job. And then on top of that, they happen to be pushing all this CRT stuff, this sort of Keynesian perverse sexual education curriculum with all of these gross modern ideas in it. And then, before this story breaks, we're seeing think pieces about how parents don't really have rights. We need to allow the teachers to do their job.
And the Attorney General saying that as well. The Attorney General today affirmed that he was going to continue the investigation into angry parents.
That's what we
Even
need to
though
investigate.
The National School Board Association has they rescinded their
That's what they need to be investigating. Of course, not the
Not
rampant
this.
sexual problem in public schools. It's also not as if this is an isolated occurrence.
You see
Sexual abuse is a common phenomenon in public schools.
There's
this is just a practical, right? This is just practical from the gender queer health class.
Did you see that book that was going viral today?
We're weird for
Gender
making it
queer?
weird, right?
Yeah, where
Yeah,
it shows
the
like
president touted this book. It is disgusting if you look at
I
it.
saw some
it's
of
got
them,
explicit
unfortunately.
sex acts in it.
Yeah.
Between
It's pornography,
And it's
right?
not just written down.
It is.
explicit
It's pornography.
sex acts.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It's very visual.
So it's got
very
depictions
explicit.
of minors engaging in
In
adult activities. Yep.
yeah.
Yep, so this stuff is unbelievably disgusting. I did a video a couple weeks ago that I spent a long time researching, and it's about a gentleman named Kinsey. Yeah, and he is known as the father of sexology, Dr.
Yeah.
Kinsey. He
One of my
basically
friends at high
defined...
school, their dog was named.
Oh, wow, yeah, no,
To like shame the guy.
I hope so. No, it was just they thought it was funny.
I mean, a lot of people name their dog Seamus. It's a very common thing when I say my name is Seamus. Oh, dog named Seamus.
Great,
But
wonderful.
anyway, yeah. So Kinsey is basically the person who he is the sexology what Freud was to psychology. I mean, he basically developed this field, and his accolades went on to develop CICUS, which sets standards basically and largely influences federal standards for sexual education, or what we call comprehensive sexual education in the United States. So Kinsey, this is all the way back in the 40s, right? He was doing these surveys on human sexuality, and he published a document saying, hey, what we learned from our surveys is that people are not following the sexual morals and norms that society has foisted upon them. Now, his findings were faulty, and Abraham Maslow, who is by no means a religious conservative, came forward and said, this study was horribly done because it oversampled prisoners, homosexuals, prostitutes, and it was also self-reported. That was the thing Maslow had the problem with, that was self-reported. Who in the 40s is going to tell you their sexual
Like
history?
The Bears of sex, right?
Exactly, weird people.
Yeah.
And so, on top of that, there was the official story from the Kinsey Institute, and they've changed their story. The official story is that there was a child sex abuser who came to Kinsey, who Kinsey taught how to use a stopwatch to time his sexual abuse of the children so that he could publish in his documents. And in the Kinsey Mail report, there is a data table showing data, I'll put it this way so I don't get your channel deleted, that you could only possibly have if you sexually abused the child to get it. And so this is the guy who's upon which we have based the field of sexology, and his disciples went on to found CICUS, and it's all done with the assumptions that he forwarded in our culture, and the guy was a pervert who was enabling pedophiles.
Well, we're still enabling.
And we're still enabling pedophiles. My
Yeah.
point is,
I mean, here it is. Here it is in Kentucky.
well, but that's my point. People see things like this and they think it just started, but the seeds were sown for this a very long time ago. You had in the 1980s in Time magazine, Pomeroy, one of Kinsey's co-authors, saying that he thought that incestuous behavior between adults and children is not necessarily harmful. Just on record. Just on record.
So this is what we're starting to see translate to these schools.
Exactly.
That's how it kind of comes together for people.
Exactly. I mean, you build your house on sand, it falls apart, right? And if your house is built upon these horrific, immoral sexual attitudes, you get horrific, immoral sexual outcomes.
Yeah,
That includes sexual abuse.
It's funny because it feels like conservatives have been asleep at the wheel for a long time.
Very long time.
Democrats
Well,
have
one thing-
mastered their ground game. They've
Yeah.
really dominated.
But the Democrats are in charge of corporations. They're in charge of political power. They have all the cultural power. They have the academic institutional power. So they have control over all of these avenues of power in the United States, and they're using it to bludgeon the rest of us. And they're acting as though they are speaking out against power, because that's the language that they have used to gain power. They're speaking against this overarching, authoritarian, totalitarian moral code. And now they're using those exact same tactics to destroy us.
Amen.
On purpose.
Well, because all along to them, power was just newspeak for a thing we don't like, right? Because it's blatantly obvious that they're the people in power. So whenever they say your publication attacks the downtrodden, you punch down, they say this about humor they dislike all the time. It's punching down. We're punching down.
And everything.
Right. Exactly. What they mean by down is thing we like. Doesn't matter whether that thing is empowered or not. What matters is they like it, so they say it's powerless or it represents the powerless. But it has nothing to do with actual power dynamics. It just happens to be something that they like, and so they know it's better optics.
The scene of power is corporations.
Yeah, well,
It is
yes.
corporations, and we're seeing that so fully. We see that online all the time. Like the corporations do what they're told. That's how it appears. and then they take all of that and they foist it on the rest of us.
I was looking up
And
chief
it's just
diversity
as
officer.
oppressive. It's just as oppressive as the religious authorities.
Yes.
I would say more.
Do you know why the Grand Master is so interested in Captain
Religion,
Hook?
deeply within-
Well, sir, he's very intelligent and ambitious. His knowledge of seamanship is second to none. And if I trust my favorite barmaid in Halifax, he also just became captain of his own man of war.
Voting together.
Well, you know,
He's
I think
also an expert at deciphering secret codes. A man with
always
such a
calls for
skill is
tolerance, and
certainly
then
an
when
asset
it's
to our
ascendant,
cause.
It calls for compliance. It's
The kind of fellow we should welcome in the Order, then.
Yep. And it's interesting.
He's a friend of mine, but the man has an annoying habit of strict honesty and a total lack of anything resembling guile. Makes it a little hard to keep secret business secret, especially when his mathematical brain is clever at cracking codes. Consider him an ally, but watch what you say around him.
Commercial. Should we try to
Duly noted.
bring more diversity, etc.? They make the same
Serve us off the wind!
of a small handful of people.
I've heard Louisbourg could be a linchpin in the war. If the Royal Navy can take that port, it'll be clear sailing down the St. Lawrence.
Boycott them if they don't obey, right? So one of their employees does something wrong, and then a couple people tweet at them, they lose their minds because the quote-unquote consensus on Twitter is one way. But what's really important, I just want to say one more thing. According to a Pew survey, Twitter users are plus 15 Democrats, so it would be one of the most democratic states in the country. And that's basically what they're doing. You wouldn't quite call it market research, but that's where they're getting a lot of their data on what the American people want.
I looked up chief diversity officer.
Yeah,
That's a new thing.
it sure is.
And Wikipedia's first entry goes back to 2008. And if you look up CEO, it goes back to 2002. Obviously, because CEO's been around for a long time. Diversity officer is basically Communist Party.
Loose and catch
So
the
the Chinese
wind!
Communist Party has,
Yep.
has
Amen.
They have
And
their
on
party
to
and
Quebec
all these
and
businesses
Montreal.
have a certain authority.
Tide is turning.
How do you call them online?
General Wolfe would give that craven Montcalm a right thrashing.
And it is the most
I've been looking forward to
insane
that
thing
since
ever
Fort
had.
William
At this
Henry.
point, it's like a tumor.
With this
Think about
bloody
it.
war over, we'll finally bring order to this damn
They
continent.
run the show.
I fear it would take more than
On
that,
everything.
friend.
Now, the chief operating officer executes on those things, in charge of everything, runs the operations. Then you have chief marketing officer, chief technology officer. Then you have like content officers. You have high-ranking positions based around specific tasks for companies. What would chief
On stage, shell take it!
ensuring compliance.
And the chief diversity officer has to make sure that racism remains front and foremost in the company. You have to make sure that there's constantly racism problems in the company. Otherwise, you have no job.
Yes,
There's no
yep.
point of the chief diversity officer other than maintaining their position.
Yes, that's exactly this is what Thomas Sowell
Fire!
Yeah, this is what Thomas Sowell said. Never put activists on the solve the problem. The activists have nothing to do with the problem
They
being
just
solved.
want to perpetuate
Yeah,
it.
they're gonna find things that seem problematic when they aren't, because that's their bread and butter.
I learned this when I worked for these nonprofits. A good nonprofit puts itself out of business. Hey, here's a problem. We want to solve a problem. We made a bunch of money. We campaigned for problem. Problem is solved. Goodbye, everybody. Have a nice day.
Well, one thing that I think was clear from the investigation started. Race for the Cure, whatever that was, I think read that. It turned out that some massive amount, 95% of the revenue went to further the operation itself, not to do anything. None of the money was
went to
hitting.
salaries.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So-
saying. It was all for administrative costs.
Right.
It
So
wasn't to further the mission. It was to maintain the company.
it's supposed to be that the nonprofit is 90%. I think it's fair to say.
Crowd on every inch of sand!
And you're like, well, look, I can pay the salary.
Fire!
Consuming resources. And I still think
Fire!
95.5. That's
insane,
Not
yeah.
just, I think large nonprofit executive director.
It's unthinkable that in certain circumstances they might actually engage in intellectual conflict. Yeah.
it's not so easy. You know, I'm learning. People think that a lot of these ultra wealthy individuals will start nonprofits and hide their money, whatever. See, it's not that easy to do. They want it. There's like I know it's not easy. I'm looking. Yeah, well, no, we're doing it nonprofits. No, I'm on the right. And so I'm talking to. Okay, so I want to get this ball rolling. So it's not like you can just hide all your money or write it all off, but there are things that these companies do where it's like you'll create 10 nonprofits and then they have the money as like a whirlpool shuffling around, which basically cleans the tax liability and things like that. So it's like you got 10 nonprofits, then you can donate a little bit to each one, then they can all donate to one, then you can pay yourself a $10 million salary.
It's so crazy things when I was doing theater arts, because one of the things people would do is start their own theater company, right, so that they could do their own work, which I did that too. But other people got they created not-for-profits out of their theater companies. They were charitable organizations when it was really just like a couple of people from Barnard that wanted to create one, and they would get
Brief it on, Tom!
Yeah. Well, we were talking about you.
Get out of the boat!
Get over to this story. Gotcha. We have a new woke ad. Actually, we got a couple, but we're gonna start with this one. I'm so excited. From Libs of TikTok, we have a Doritos commercial. Oh. And it says, Doritos just put out this ad for your viewing pleasure. I will now play the ad for you, and then we can discuss. This will break you. Alright, not everybody's watching, so I'm going to translate for you guys. It's in Spanish. An old lady and a bunch of people are looking at a shrine, and there is a photo of an old man. Says, my brother, I miss you so much. Oh, now there's blue smoke. And a ghost appears.
Tío Alberto!
Sorpresa. ¿Qué hubo de familia?
What's up, family?
¿Cómo están?
How are you guys? Alright. Now, all of a sudden, another man has just emerged behind. I think, what would you call it? Was that a lich? Is he a lich?
Oh, yeah.
A what? A lich. I don't know. So, it's like a zombie, but not mindless.
Oh, I think it's a spirit, because this is based on the movie Coco.
Yeah, oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's based on the idea of the dude. Yeah. So he's a ghost.
Yeah.
He's a poltergeist.
Yeah. A spirit.
I know. No.
Maybe he'd be a poltergeist if he was.
But hold on. A man has just emerged from behind him.
He removes his hat.
He removes his hat.
¿Quién es él?
Who is he?
Es Mario.
Mi buddy. My partner.
Ah.
And they hold hands. Horror! Shock and horror. What?
¡Qué milagro! Creí que este iba a estar solo para siempre.
I thought he'd be alone forever. Wait. And then they hug. So look at his hands. He's got, his arms are bones. Is that what Coco is, I guess?
Yeah, I think that is very similar to the
like
style.
That, yeah.
Okay, I just gotta say right off the bat, Doritos. What?
What does this have to do? You know, guys, I really want some chips.
Yeah, I don't know what's
I
up with
saw
that.
this commercial.
I'm not gonna use that
Made sense!
Hold on. I got no issues with a PSA about respecting people who love anybody or whatever.
Or the dead.
Or the dead. But just, what I can't understand is why they summon a dead man who then also brings with him his undead gay partner. And why they're selling fortunes.
Maybe if you're a dead.
I mean, you also aren't supposed to have religions if you're dead, I think.
No, you know how that works.
Is this what they think the afterlife is like? Like, you're a skeleton, but you live
He just wasn't gay in life, but after he died, he became gay. The family knew.
My take on it was that he was ashamed.
When his money's all gone, it's the same old song. Get up, Jack John, sit down.
So now he's
As the rise and talks! Spider legs to the wind! Trim the yards off the
Basically,
wind.
it's like this old-timey or whatever, and weird haunting things keep happening, and like doors are opening and stuff. And, like they see a little girl, they're like freaking out. There's ghosts, and then it turns out that actually they're the ghosts.
Oh, that's crazy.
And the weird things happening were the living people doing stuff, and Hope couldn't like reconcile the fact that she's like a ghost or whatever. And so I'm imagining a horror film like that. But it turns out, like, at the end, like, the twist was that the ghost was gay the whole time. I'm just like, I don't it's
weird, because they're gay.
Weird. It's not thematically making sense.
Well, they're gay and they're attracted to dead people. That's another thing. Technically, each of those guys is into dead people.
More of the mainstream of kink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And I was just terrified.
She was saying
there was recently an advice letter in Slate magazine about someone wrote in saying that their kink was necrophilia.
Oh my gosh, that is disgusting. Why can't we just start saying the word perversion again? We have to. Like, it's not a kink, that's a perversion.
Slate basically answered that it's okay.
It's not okay.
It's really not okay.
Feel at work because the person worked at a funeral home.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That took like a second to really sink in with me, but wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Cool with it.
So what a world we're in. This is a Doritos commercial. But this meme has been around for a while, like where companies are trying to. This is the thing about a chief diversity officer. They're betting on selling their product based on ideology.
They're betting on selling more Doritos to woke people and betting that conservatives don't care.
Yep, conservatives don't care.
And you know
what? That's part of it too. Is conservatives for the most part are just like, meh, I still like Doritos.
Yeah, whatever.
We gotta start filming skits. We can make a great one where it's like we just make a really ridiculous religious commercial and then selling something like nuts for your tire.
Right.
Like dad,
nothing to do.
A dad comes back home to like meet his son, and his son's like, and then he's like, but thanks to these Myers lug nuts, I was able to finally make it home. He's like, Dad, and they hug, and then a ghost comes out of the chimney.
A ghost comes out of the chimney and the closet at the same time. And explains to them that he has a partner in the afterlife. I'm not either.
Do we have to call those?
I call an exorcist.
No, listen,
that happened to me.
If this is what...
So, several years ago, I was walking in, I don't know, where was it? Somewhere in Manhattan. And there were all these advertisements, and I was with my son at the time, I think he was 5. And there was a huge ad of people making it, right? It was just a print ad, but a giant.
Stop you!
Yeah, and my son goes, that's not an ad.
CPR. They're doing mouth to mouth.
Yeah,
CPR class.
And we looked at it for a while, and I said, "Hon, that's an ad for jeans." And he was like, "What?"
Passing them on.
What jeans? And he was like, "That is so peculiar." And this is like the
5-year-old. A 5-year-old is experience
It used to be that they were selling us things with sex. Right. And now they're selling us things with their religion.
It's like the Family Guys that joke where it's like on TV and there's a bunch of beautiful women at a pool and they're all drinking and getting drunk and it's like, drink our beer. If you do, beautiful women love sex.
And that's South Park. Yeah. I know South.
Family Guy.
Okay, I know South Park did a version where they keep going and they're like, "You gotta drink all these women, beautiful mothers." Like, responsibly.
I always think that too. It's like, well, you remember the ones when they would have a boat? And I was always like, I would drink the beer if it got me the boat.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Well, so this is one thing I learned. I went to art school, and I took a media literacy theory class. And one thing
the main screen
is he had us watch a bunch of commercials, and they almost never have anything to do with the product ever. The reason these are weird is because they're clearly pushing a specific ideology, which is pretty strange to do in an advertisement to like support a political cause that has nothing to do with the product. But usually they want to sell people an experience. So the idea is you associate their product with something positive. So he would show us in particular these Kraft mac and cheese commercials, and they were really insidious because they were playful. But basically the moral of every commercial was someone in your family betrayed. Like all the commercials, you wouldn't think it that way watching them, but you watch the commercials and stacked up in the
Call in the Stunson!
And But what's interesting is commercials always try
Ready,
to
go!
an experience, and then the product is secondary.
Super cool rocket pods. And the whole world is like in color. I was like 6. So when I actually finally convinced my mom to get these stupid rocket pop things, I was like, this is gonna be amazing. And I licked it and I was like, oh, everything I know is a lie because nothing happened. Yeah. Very sad. We're kind of kids, right?
Somewhere.
Remember they had
Let us
commercials
deck
for
out the
drink.
Morgan in new finery.
Yeah, and in the commercial, they'd like put the straw in the drink, and the camera would go through the straw, and there'd be like chimpanzees on surfboards and stuff. It was crazy. And so my brother Pat was like, you know, like I actually looked inside. I got to get tank inside, looked inside, like that's what I was like, no, dude, no way. I was pretty little. I was like, no way. So then I was walking at the park, and I saw this like crumpled up, like gross, empty tank with a straw in it. And I was like looking through it. And I was like, chimpanzees. I was like, there's literally not a single chimpanzee. I would have been fine with one chimpanzee. So astronauts did have those pouches. Let's vote, yeah. Well, yeah, let's vote. We have another ad. Another ad brought by
Good shot finisher.
Fire!
Wicket's right there, sir.
Got the appropriate response when a witch shows up. A witch. That's right.
Unfurl, mates! Let's move!
She was jogging.
Get them aloft! Douse on sail!
Ahoy!
There are no good witches. Also, I like how it wasn't obvious enough he's wearing a princess dress. He has to say both and say it out loud. That's what it's about.
It also wasn't obvious that he was cool.
Face.
Right, dude, that was kind of nice.
She just seriously hurt that child.
What is happening?
And she knows she committed a crime, so she's like, let's get out of here. Cheese it. What did she do to that kid? Bro, you know what? What was that? Alright, the chimpanzees in the tank weren't so bad.
Okay, I just gotta.
That child needs some parents.
Yes, I gotta clarify for everybody. We have to make a statement. You do not use your magic powers to physically because it's not offensive. Well, think about that ad. I mean, a lot of people are like, it's screaming, showing her like, you were dressed, but it's more like she physically harms a child for saying, you know. I understand no one's really gonna cast a movie on that was blow a kid in the sky or something.
But we certainly do have activists who hurt others for saying things that we disagree with. That is happening all the time.
Now, apparently that was someone who fixed. What?
Yeah, I didn't.
I have no desire to purchase a candy cooked food funnel in any capacity. fact, I didn't want to eat raw steak. Not
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
I'll be
Right, yeah.
none of that.
Yo, what's up, Ghosts? How's it going? Oh, it's echoing? Sorry. Try something. How's that? Yeah, that might be it. How's that now? Gotcha. Good. Well, glad you're doing well. Just do. Oh, okay. What kind of story are you writing? Crossover though. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. I'm guessing you're a big fan of Lord of the Rings. Cool. Nice. I got a buddy that's like big fan of it. I like him, but like he's really into them. So they're great movies though. Yeah. I've only seen the movies. I haven't read the. I think there's books, right? Yeah. So, I've only seen the movies. Adding characters from different franchises. Oh, okay. That'd be cool. It'd be hilarious to see like Jedi or something in a Lord of the Rings thing. Oh shit. I just fucking lost everything there, didn't I? Oh, based off the 3 movies. Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I've only seen the normal movies. I haven't seen like the Uber, whatchamacall, like the extended ones or whatever. Yeah, I haven't seen those, but I've seen the basic ones. Oh, okay. That's awesome. So you're incorporating Assassin's Creed into Lord of the Rings. That could be interesting. Oh, okay. That sounds like cool. That's cool. Oh, not just Assassin's Creed. Oh, okay. What other franchises are you using? Ooh, a dog. There you go. Can't go wrong with a dog. German Shepherd for no reason. Can't go wrong with German Shepherd either. So you writing like a full book kind of thing, or like just like a little short story or something, or? Oh, virtual book. Oh, okay. So like virtual book. What would that be like? So like a pseudo comic book but novel, or well, yeah. Like somewhat a comic book but not quite as graphic intense. Something like that. I'm also adding Shyvana from League of Legends. Okay, cool. Oh, okay, gotcha, cool. Yeah, I don't know who Shyvana from League. Yeah, I tried getting into League years ago. My buddy tried getting me into it. It's just not my cup of tea. That's cool though. You gotta let me know when you come up with that. Sounds like something I would want to read. That sounds pretty cool. Not gonna lie. I have a girlfriend. Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, Geralt from The Witcher. Yeah. I do need to play through those. I have the third one, but that'd be cool. That's cool. Geralt could actually fit. Like, it seems like he could fit already, which is really cool. Still looking for final character. Gotcha. In total, there'll be 60 characters. Wow, that's a lot. Jeez. That's crazy. That's cool. I wish I could do creative stuff like that. Writing was never my strong suit, or story things back in high school, and well, didn't do much of it in the couple of years I was in college, but yeah. What are these? 15, 15. Suggestions? Whew. What are the parameters? Do they have to be like, let's see, something along the lines of Shane? All them. So like, let's see. You ever watch like the show Vikings? I've been watching that recently. Could incorporate some of those characters, one of them like Bjorn or Ragnar or Geralt. Okay. was gonna say get some like Jedi in there. Get like Darth Vader or something just for the lulz. But let's see. You could go for somebody with Vikings like Ragnar, Bjorn. Bishop Hagman was pretty cool for a little bit. Let's see what else. Let's see. You looking for something different than like maybe something more modern than sword and stuff? Not necessarily so modern, but like trying to think now. Or you? Oh no, wait! I'm taking this the wrong way. Ruby. I've never heard of Ruby. Never really got. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Beginning of Vikings is kind of slow, but like as it goes, it really picks up a little bit. Towards the end, I'm watching like the end of it right now, and it's pretty great, but interesting stuff. But let's see. Yeah, I gotta think of video games. Gosh, I've played so many. Although the Atom guy. Who's the Atom guy? What's Ruby, by the way? I've never heard of that show. Although it sounds familiar, but I don't think. Trying to think video game franchises now. So Adam from Ruby. Okay. All right. Take a quick look here. Oh, okay. Yeah, the aesthetic's pretty cool. For sure. Oh, you could. Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe. It seems kind of samurai-like. What about Oh, did you ever play Ghost of Tsushima? The Jin Sakai. Oh, okay. Didn't like humans. Okay. Yeah, there's plenty of that going around. 60,000. Bet. Hey, awesome. Oh, that game is probably my favorite game. Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it kind of fits. It sounds like especially after you showed me that Atom guy, I was like, yeah. If you're going for like looked like a Japanese, you know, like ancient gem. What am I looking for? Yeah. Yeah, that could be good. Why not?
What's on your mind, Cap?
You could have the Ruby or the Atom guy on the other side because he doesn't like humans, or you have him on the hero side. I don't know. Oh well, no, because it's gonna be a Frodo's companion. So yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, that'd probably make me not like humans as well. I like buckle gun strength. We're gonna go with that. Oop, no, we don't want that. We'll do this. We can still... Oh, man.
Run bit of business, that.
Just kind of like envisioning now, like this, like Frodo rolling around with Geralt of Rivia, freaking Jin Sakai, the Adam guy, what else? Shay. This would be wild. That'd be cool. I'd watch that. Or read that, or whatever. This sounds cool. I'm interested. That sounds cool. I'll definitely buy a copy when you tell me it's done, or you come back and tell me it's done. I'd definitely buy a copy. This sounds cool. Interested to see where you take it, for sure.
Shamrock and Rose, boys. Shamrock, Rose, and Thistle too. Shamrock and Rose, boys. Holly, holly, ho. England, oh Lord.
Ah, okay. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I don't like that wind, sir. Anchor away.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Taurus. Oh, okay. Adam Taurus. Interesting. Oh, what's Taurus from? I mean, I think it's a sign, obviously, but that name's from something. Taurus is from something else as well. Thinking Greek god, but I don't think so. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, that's what it is. Yep. I knew it was a zodiac sign. Yeah, something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Shake on Melon. Gail, Jim, and Adam. Alright. I think we have that. That's awesome. That's cool, man. Sounds pretty cool. And I think we have, yeah. That sounds pretty cool. Sounds interesting already. Like, even with just the cast. Like, it's really cool. Melon is the Elvish word for friend. It's, oh, okay. Gotcha. It's amazing. Melon? Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start using that now. Melon. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna start calling my friends melons now, and it's gonna be great, because they're not gonna know. Well, actually, they'll probably know, but it'll be funny anyway. Ah! Shit, of course. Oh man. Oh, come on, yes, alright. See, back in Ezio's days, you could have a parachute, and then that shit wouldn't happen. But you know, here we are. Okay, come on. Let's go this way. Oh my. Remember in the third movie where Mary and Pippin were dancing? I bet Shay would join in because he's yeah. Oh man. Asking me to remember stuff in the Lord of the Rings movie is a bit of a stretch. Those are very hazy. Mainly because I would end up falling asleep. But like, man, Mary and Pippin were dancing. I get the picture though, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely he's Irish. Irish, and give him a couple. Andrew. Yeah, I was about to say yeah. Give him a couple things of like whiskey or something. Yeah, he'll definitely be dancing. It's funny. All right.
Captain has the helm!
Get me some speed! Yes. Do you know why the Grand Master is so interested in Captain Cook?
Well, sir, he's very intelligent and ambitious. His knowledge of seamanship is second to none.
I will say, this quartermaster you get is just awful.
He also
like,
just became
him.
captain of his own
really
man of
annoying.
war. He's
I
also
prefer
an expert at
Alawale.
deciphering secret
Like, this
codes.
guy's just garbage.
A man with such a skill
He's really
is certainly
annoying.
an
It's like a
asset
budget
to our
cuts like
cause.
McCree or something.
The kind of fellow we should welcome
But I
in the
think this
order.
guy's before McCree's time. But
Well, he's a friend of mine, but the man
So
has an
far, like-
annoying habit of strict honesty and a total lack of anything
yeah,
resembling
or he'd be
guile.
like in the
Makes it a
spa
little
or
hard to
something.
keep secret business secret, especially
Or,
when his mathematical brain is clever at cracking codes.
like meditating or something, off in
Consider
the
him
distance
an ally,
writing
but
haikus or
watch
something.
what you say around him.
Duly noted. Get the yards off the wind!
I've heard Louisbourg could be a linchpin in the war. If the Royal Navy can take that fort, it'll be clear sailing down the St. Lawrence.
His daddy issues. For sure. They kind of came together towards the end, though. A little bit. Those are two really good characters, too, though. Like, not my favorite, but, like, Haytham was a good character. Connor, you know who Connor reminds me of, Anakin from, like, Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Just, like, whining all the time, yet, like, just murdering everybody eventually, like... What we got here? Imagine tension between the three. One's an assassin, one's a Templar, and Shay is just standing there. Well, I mean, Shay's a Templar, so... Oh, never mind, yeah, because... never mind. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the funny thing about Templars and Assassins is that they both agree on the end game. They just disagree about the means. So, like... Yeah. And really the only reason Shay is even a Templar is because the Assassins are fooling around with stuff they shouldn't be. And they're like, no, because I should have the power. And it's like, isn't that the whole point? Is to not? But, yeah, whatever. So. With the beans. Yeah, no, not the beans, the means. They're just arguing about, like, I like kidney beans. No, I like pinto beans. I like refried beans. Like, that's terrible. This motherfucker eating beans. Oh, that's, oh my goodness, I just saw that, like a thing on a vlog I watched, oh my goodness. That's like a shitpost or something, I saw that, someone made a flag and sent it to the people I watch on YouTube, it was so funny. And it was like a skeleton holding beans in a shotgun, it's like, this motherfucker eating beans, and I was like, what the fuck? That's hilarious. Aha. Blackbeard wheel, awesome. Motherfucker eating beans. In your opinion, who do you think is gonna die in the story when it comes to the crossover characters? Oof. Who do I think is gonna die? Well, Jin's my favorite, I think, out of the ones you listed, so he is not allowed to die. No, I'm kidding. Who's gonna die? That's tough. I don't think Geralt, I think he's a little too skilled for that. Probably one of, you know, all or Shay, Connor, Haytham, Melon, Adam. So I don't really know too much about Shyvana and Adam, obviously, but I would say probably Haytham. He's getting a bit older, although he's a bit slow and methodical and stuff. So maybe, but maybe Connor, honestly, because he will probably just run in and be like, I could kill them all, and then just like get demolished by hordes of orcs or something. So there's that. Also, I mean, yeah, I think like it would seem if you came to me, it'd be like more the assassins type people would die. Probably the dog as well, because I mean, I don't know how long it. Everybody's gonna die. Connor's the guy. Is that guy who did? Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And then Connor will probably die eventually from that. Yeah. What are we missing here? Renovation, obviously. Can we renovate it? Oh yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, I would say like the Assassin's Creed people have probably the highest chances of dying.
Well, sir,
For
he's
the most
very
part.
intelligent and ambitious. His knowledge of seamanship is second to none. And if I trust my favorite barmaid in Halifax, he also just became captain
Oh no,
of his own
honestly,
man of war.
wait, do you remember Boromir's? That's the guy that. No, that's not that guy. That Boromir. That's not the guy that says one doesn't simply walk into Mordor. That's another guy, right? The black hair, beard.
Do some good work, kind sir.
Or is that the ginger guy that says? Is that the one does not simply walk into Mordor guy, or is that the other guy? Connor could save him because he's a native, so he from the arrows. But oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, so yeah, okay, yeah. See, I know some things. We're done here. Gotcha. Let's check out this tavern. Oh, I think that would have broken your arm if you tried that. Connor could save because he's a native, so he know how to save him from the arrows. What do you mean save him from the arrows?
How stands the glass around? Let wine and mirth.
Oh, okay. I thought I was thinking something completely different. I was like, does he know some like?
Do you know why the Grand
Does him
Master
being
is
a
so
native
interested
means he
in
has like some special powers or something where he can just like? I don't even know. I was like, what are you talking about? That makes sense. Medicine or something. Okay. It's like-
He's also an expert at deciphering secret codes.
Because I mean, like,
Such a skill is certainly an asset to our cause.
like, well, also too, like, did you ever play the Tyranny of Washington with that? That I thought was an interesting DLC. So he technically could. So yeah. Although that is not really technically accurate since it's just like an offshoot, but I think it technically could happen, so I don't know. Yeah, so like, you know, the different animal abilities, maybe you could incorporate that. If that was incorporated, I mean, that's pretty OP though, I gotta say. I mean, like, in that DLC, that, like, the invisibility stuff was pretty OP, and then yeah, that was pretty OP actually. Not gonna lie. But that's kind of, yeah. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. 'Cause then you could make that argument, but then I was like, no, because then you could just like murder everyone. Like, we're gonna salvage. Yeah. Oops. I crashed into the dock.
Allez, maniez-vous un peu. Je sais que vous vous emmerdez, mais c'est pas une raison pour être moins vigilant. So have you written like other stories before, or is this like your first one? Kind of like. Jean et la Violette. Vous avez patrouillé le côté nord.
Arrête. Ça marche. Va rejoindre.
My heart. Well, the spoils here, ladies.
We got 4 people in here. It's dope. That's the most we've had yet. Ooh. Nope, you didn't see nothing. You.
Remplace rien jusqu'à ce qu'il se remette de sa blessure. On double les patrouilles jusqu'à nouvel ordre.
Oh. Damn it. There we go.
good day's hunting.
Whatever you think I've done, I didn't mean it.
Okay. How was that? Is it? Wait, hold on. Wait. Oh boy, this is gonna be a noob question. Isn't Middle Earth just Earth? Or is that like the middle of the Earth or something? It's a horrible question, but pretty simple PC. Oh, okay, PC. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah. It's a... Oh, okay. It's like a realm or something, kind of like in Norse mythology. Like Midgard or whatever. Basically. Okay, gotcha. Are there... Where's my rum? Why is the rum always... Well, no, that would be, that'd be more, that'd be more, Kenway. But then, no, that's not Kenway. Well, no, it is Kenway, but what's his first name? Wow. That's bad, especially that I just played it. But what... Do they even tell you... First name of Black Flag Kenway? I don't think they... Oh, it's Edward, isn't it? Edward Kenway? Yeah. That'd be yeah, that'd be him. Where's the rum? Shay probably like, where's the whiskey or something? Edward Kenway. Yeah, see, it was... Yeah, I got it. I was like, I better remember. I literally just played through it. We're almost halfway there. Ethan is actually Edward's son. Yeah, no, that I know. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah. It's funny, like, before I started playing through these all again, I didn't realize that, and then I played I just finished Black Flag, and it all came together. So I was like, oh, duh.
Captain has ahead.
Mates out! Let's go!
Yeah, the weird thing too is that the yeah, probably yeah, yeah. Wait. Excuse me. What's Gondor again? That's like where. That's like the. Like that's like the old ruins, right, or whatever he goes to. Or no, that feels no. That doesn't sound right. But I don't know.
Look, Captain! The snow rises against us!
Fire! Goes on with me! Loose and trim too! Tornado sighted, sir! Loose on me!
Nobody not talking.
Fire!
Stations! Awaiting orders, sir! Captain! We have trouble on the tail! Bash! Enemy firing! Brace yourselves!
The battle for that doesn't help me.
Ready to fire!
What's the battle of Minas Tirith or Tirith? Sorry. Like, it's been... I don't even know how many years since I've seen the movies. I do need to watch them again, though, eventually.
This is more like it.
The Fall Beasts or the Fell Beasts. No. That's not the flying things, right? The thing that, no, because that's something different that I just heard of. Not the things that the Witch King or whatever rode. That's not a thing. Or is it? I don't know. Yeah, it's the flying black dragons. Okay. The thing that the witch, the king was flying around, riding around. Oh, okay. Then yes. Haha. I do know a thing. Yeah. So that, okay. Oh. What's that? There we go. Shyvana in her dragon form is only slightly smaller than a Feldy. Oh, okay. Wow, 30 feet long. That's pretty big. We're knocking this stuff out. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna do this real quick. I'm just gonna look up. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Like Dragon v Dragon kind of thing.
Get the mainsails into the wind! Or sail! All sail!
Ring survivor here, sir! This way, to starboard!
Briefing on top!
Full all sails!
Brace!
Look at that, we survived that.
Mates out! Let's go!
Loose! Topsails, gallants! Loose and trim!
Right, sounds good, man. I wish you luck. It sounds very interesting. Yeah, definitely let me know. It sounds really cool, man. Wish you the best.
There was a ship, she sailed to sea. Oh,
Fire! Got them! Go to the dragon!
Thanks, man. You too.
come on, boys! Round the corner and away we'll go. Round the corner, Sally. Round the corner where the gals do go. Round the corner, Sally. Oh, come on,
Get up on the road!
round the corner, Sally.
Captain's orders! Ready, Captain!
Fire!
Take care, sir!
Move forward! Let's move!
Adding your sail!
She'll be a fine ship for the fleet, Captain. Let the anchor go!
Captain, taking a cold bath!
Close down! Catch some wind!
Bunch of roses, oh! Come down, ye bunch of roses, come down. It's time for us to roll and go. Come down, ye blood red roses, come down. Oh, ye pinks and posies, come down, ye blood red roses, come down. We're bound away around Cape Horn. We wish to hell you ain't never been born. Blood red roses, come down. Oh, ye pinks and posies, come down, ye blood red roses, come down.
We're heading hard for land, screws up! These are sticks!
Captain, in the water!
on, mates! Let's move!
Close down, gallants!
Crowd it all on! Trim the yards off the wind!
You heard the orders! Captain!
Fire!
Ready!
She's right, sir! Should we forward and take her?
The enemy fire! Ready, Captain!
Fire!
Just
Fire! Reef the topsails and gallants! Reel them in!
You have your orders!
Get the maids free!
Captain, look! Mortars!
Fire!
On your mark, Captain! Captain!
Fire!
Damage report!
Ease off the wind! All in all sail! Fire! Fire!
Captain! Put us
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Get away, sir! That beast will foul them!
Get me some speed! Loose and catch the wind! As much sail as you can!
Topsails, gallants, loose and trim!
Ready for pull them in with the wind! Get the mainsails into the wind!
But they're too close, sir!
Haul down and clew up! Unfurl, mates! Let's move!
First I landed in Liverpool.
Loose sails!
I
Let's
went
catch the wind!
upon
Fire!
the Highland Castle, ascended fast, got drunk as drunk
Awaiting
could
orders,
be.
sir!
When me money it was all gone, was then I wanted more. But a man must be blind to make up his mind and go to sea once more. Once more, boys, once more. Go to sea once more. But a man.
What is our status?
Fire!
Iceberg is down! The borders are ideal from long range!
Fire! Ease off the wind! Fire!
And ahead! Hard on the helm, Captain!
Loose all and trim sharp to the wind!
Full sail!
Haul in the stunsails!
Anchor!
A good day's hunting.
We're ready and willing to do some good work at times, sir.
Half
Ready to fire, sir!
Sail on an errand on a windy day, and we're waiting for day, waiting for day, waiting for day that we get off. See what's built in this time, out together with bits of toy, and we're waiting for day, waiting for day, waiting for day that we get off. Nothing in the galley, nothing.
Ready to fire, Captain! Fire! Working on it! Cannon ready! Get to bracer! Brace! Fire! Get the mates free!
We should reinforce them.
Tops, gallants, royals, studs!
Ready, Captain!
Fire! Fire! On your mark, Captain! Fire! 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 out some sail!
A worthy catch.
Crowd it all on!
Alright, well thanks everybody for tuning in. I should be on tomorrow. Around 7 and change or so. Hope y'all tune in. But until then, peace.